Hey, beautiful soul. Before we jump into the episode, I want to know, did you know that I have a completely free virtual new moon circle called Co-Create every single month? This stemmed out of a constant request for a space or a church that taught so many different spiritual modalities, tools, systems, beliefs, and I didn't have any place to send them. So I created it. In Co Create, this is the space that I want to bring to you to learn how to create a connection to yourself, your energetics, and the divine in a community that won't make you feel like a weirdo. A space where you can ask any question you want, where we get to dive into so many systems and beliefs and tools, and you get to pick and choose what feels good for you. So you can learn what it means to truly co create with the universe, God, source, for flow, trust, and surrender, to connect with other women who are spiritually curious in a space that's safe, sacred, and inspirational. It's your space for you to find your people and lean into new spiritual practices to truly co create with the universe or God or source or whoever you feel connected to. You'll gain tools and knowledge to understand what it really means to lean into the universal laws and become magnetic, all while being held by massive feminine energy. I've been hosting these free new moon circles for almost a year now, and it's definitely one of my most sacred spaces, and it's completely free for you every single month. Diana said that she made a promise to herself that she would work on her personal development and growth journey earlier in 2024. So I reached out to her and asked her for a testimonial to share with us. And what she said was Adriana's membership community and Co-Create has accelerated that and more. I have had multiple breakthroughs from finding a new career path, improving my mental health by reducing my anxiety and depression through journaling, meditation, and breath work, improving my physical health, doing walking meditations are my jam, strengthening my marriage and relationships, improving my money mindset, and just setting up a routine that complements my design. I've learned to embrace challenges as a sign of growth. I will continuously do my best to be in harmony with myself, with this world, and the universe. I have never felt so seen, heard, safe, and supported. Her community and Co-Create has helped me connect to my true authentic self, to move with grace and intention, to embrace everyone's uniqueness. And we each have a special gift and are collectively part of this world to show and share it this way. Thank you so much, Diana, for sharing all of your reflections and how Co Create and my community has changed your life. And now I want to share it with everyone else. The link to register is in the show notes below. Even if you register for 1 month, you will automatically be signed up to be able to join every single month for as long as you're on the list. So you don't have to repeat it every month. You will always get on the list. You will always have the Zoom link available. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Now enjoy the episode. Welcome to the No BS Human Design Podcast. I'm Adriana Keefe, human design coach and motivational speaker. I went through my quarter life crisis in my 20s and had to learn how to navigate through finding what I was meant to be doing with my life. I refused to believe in the culture that said we were all meant to have the same path and boring careers until we retire and die. And along my journey, I found human design, a system that reveals your energetic blueprint, showing you where and how to access your body's consciousness and how to live as your true self. Human design changed my life, so I started sharing it with others and changing their lives, but we were all finding the same problem: a lack of resources that explain the system in easy and useful ways. So I created this show where we dive deep into the lessons of the human design system without the BS and the noise you find on the internet. Listen in for lessons in human design, finding your purpose, manifestation and spiritual practices, human design within business, and so much more. We connect with other experts in the human design and spiritual realm in a refreshingly honest way to help you find your way along your spiritual path and live this life with intention. It's time to let go of the societal expectations of being and let yourself find abundance through being uniquely you. Let's get started. Okay, welcome to lesson 3, your marketing aura. This is a juicy one. I love talking about how you actually show up in the world around you so that you can feel energized, excited, and be seen in that same light. First things first, be sure to have your marketing by design blueprint handy that was attached in the previous lesson. So, as a reminder, I know we talked about this in the beginning, but you've taken on a lot of information. So, let's start with the basics. What is aura? This is the electromagnetic energy field that's vibrating from within us, extending outwardly about 2 arms lengths in every direction. Essentially, our auras do a lot of the communication for us. Marketing is the aura of your business. It's how you attract people who are aligned with your mission and push away those who don't fit what you're looking for, which is a good thing. You are the perfect person to help the correct people, right? We cannot help everyone. You are not for everyone. When you're pushing people away, that's how you know you're perfectly speaking to those who want your work and need your work. This is one of the biggest reasons trying other people's marketing strategies makes us feel fake, or we simply don't enjoy it, which we know how that ends, right? That's why we're here. We don't love that. Not good for our energy. I'd love for you to recognize what appears to be successful in what you're doing versus what's actually bringing you an ROI. So as we're going through this, you may think, well, my Facebook group has like 2,000 people, so it's clearly working for me. Except when you look at the numbers, it hasn't actually brought in any clients or customers. It's more of a hobby space. So it's a little bit more technical. Where are you spending your energy that does not have an ROI? But then we're also going to talk about where you can replace that energy and put it into something that's going to bring you an ROI, a return on investment. For generators, you have an open and enveloping aura, taking in everything in your environment. You draw things to you since you're energetically designed to have things to respond to. Video works well, like live workshops, video blog, etc., and in person, so potentially speaking, networking, whatever that is for you in person. The magnetism of your aura translates well on both video and in person. And allow for back and forth conversation and space for questions. You're going to see me talking about this over and over and over again because, reminder, you need something to respond to, or you're going to feel lost and like you don't know where your next step is. Manifesting generators. Because they're a generator type, the same applies. You have an open and enveloping aura, taking in everything in your environment. You draw things to you since you're energetically designed to respond. Video works well in person, so again, potentially speaking, networking, live workshops, video blog, etc. The biggest difference is you need variety. So play and have fun, tweak as you go along. Just remember to keep your strategies simple. And again, allow for back and forth conversation and space for questions, things to respond to. Manifestors, you have what's called a closed aura, and that can feel as if it's keeping others at a distance. It's like the exact opposite of a generator aura. It acts as a barrier to the outside world because you are so independent and because autonomy is a huge part of your energy. This barrier for the outside world acts as a protection to keep your independence. So reaching out to people and starting conversations is going to be key for your success. Again, because people are going to feel that maybe they can't ask you the question or they don't know how to approach you. So you reaching out, you starting conversations is going to be your key to success. Written content, newsletters, blogs, etc. I've had manifestors who are my clients who have had massive success with written content. It just translates really well for them. Projectors, you have a focused and absorbing aura, and that penetrates deeply into another person in order to really know them. You really work, it's like you hone in on who they are and what their aura is and pull out the information you need to know. You naturally recognize the potential in those around you. Prioritize doing things that get you seen and recognized. Because you're not someone who is supposed to be out there pushing things along and initiating things everywhere, You want to make sure that you're showing up in a way that people are noticing you, that you're putting yourself out there, having your name seen, having what you do be recognized so that those invitations can come in. It's not simply about sitting around waiting. You have to take the inspired action to put yourself out there and allow people to find you and ask you to do something. Educational content. Again, we've talked about this before, but any educational content, as long as you're intentional with it and do not exhaust yourself. So if something like a weekly YouTube video feels really exhausting and not sustainable for you, then you know that kind of educational content is not for you. Reflectors. You have a resistant and sampling aura, which naturally protects your energy and moves you away from what isn't healthy for you. As a reflector, your gift is the ability to take in, to feel and process and reflect the energy of those around you. So your aura is another way of protecting your energy. Be visible when you're in a high vibe energy in whatever way feels good for you in that moment. Remember to be fluid and schedule yourself around the moon phases. You are a lunar being. The monthly transits of the moon through each gate of your chart provide a consistent pattern for you to lean into. Over time, you'll learn your pattern and when your energy works well for what. So it's crucial to take note, to journal, keep track of what your energy cycle is like along with the monthly transits. The additional workshop with the lunar phases is going to be huge for you here because it's so important for you to take note of what that looks like as a reflector in your own consistent cycle. So which ways of marketing stood out to you? Make sure you're taking note in your workbook which ways of marketing stand out and really appeal to you so that when you come back later to revisit this, you don't have to jog your memory and try and rack through your brain to figure out what the best next step is. Do a brain dump again. Let it all flow and we'll clean it up later. Let everything that came up throughout this lesson flow onto your paper and we will come back in the next lesson to clean it all up and put it together. All right, I'll see you then.